Morning, guys. Welcome to Coffee Chat. Fantastic. Guys, what a great day to wake up to the green that we're seeing in the charts today. It is truly phenomenal. And of course, a lot of us are thinking, is today the day? Because of course, one of the big things on our calendar, of course, is Judge Annalisa Torres gonna come out with her decision in the remedy phase of this case today? Because hey, Fred Rispoli threw that out there and his conjecture and on and on. Well, who knows? Maybe it will, maybe it won't. Sometimes I think when we throw these dates out there, we literally jinx it. But I'll tell you what, if it does happen today, wow, will that ever be some major confluence? Because things in this market are taking off and big time. Wow. Yesterday, we just reported that XRP benchmark price list on the Chicago Mercantile Exchange just went live, and we're talking about the derivatives here. And when you think of derivatives, and XRP certainly into the billions of dollars a day is traded in the derivatives market. Guys, we are talking quadrillions of volume of dollars that are in derivatives. It is absolutely massive. And you want to talk about real world tokenization of these security, these markets. I'm telling you guys, a lot of folks say, oh, well, we can never see price evaluations up there and all this and that. Well, I always come back to the fact that they look at how this space is what, 2.7 trillion for the whole thing, and yet the global money supply is into the quadrillions. And that's why I come out and say, hey, it's not so far off that we could see some big time prices, especially if you get tokenization of all these securities, which Larry Fink has wanted to do, of course, and other real world assets. Guys, it's going to be phenomenal. Now, something else that I was reading today in The Hedge, and this article was just kind of tucked away there. Russia has gone out there and legalized Bitcoin as a means of consideration, for international markets to get around all these sanctions and things like that. Guys, Russia at one time was one of the biggest ones that would come out and they'd say, oh no, we're we're going to outlaw Bitcoin, da 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 da. And when they would say that, of course, you'd see the price of Bitcoin tumble and stuff like this. This is a major deal. Why do I believe that? Even look, I am not against Bitcoin, by the way. I'll throw that out there. Never have been. What I'm kind of against is all the Bitcoin maxis and going absolutely bonkers with their insanity, like Matt Kaiser and all the rest of them like that. But Bitcoin itself, no, not against it at all. Now the thing is this. Why do I think this is a big deal? Because guys, it is the adoption of digital assets on a global scale. And that's what's happening right before our very eyes. We know they're leading us down the road into a distributed ledger technology financial world. Zero doubt about it. Zero doubt about it. And all you have to do is just scratch a little in the surface and kind of look down the road and that kind of thing. And we can see how XRP is going to be a major player in that field. Absolutely. Now look, there's about 27,000 of these ecosystems. Do I think all of them are going to play some kind of a major pivotal role? Well, no, of course I don't. I think a lot of them are just going to go, like Brad Garlinghouse says, to the wayside. And I genuinely do believe we might be left with about 100 of them or something like that. But out the lion's share of all of the, the transactional volume of business around the wide world, I think is going to fall to maybe 20, possibly 30. And the rest will be kind of outliers and things like that. And a lot of them might be even layer twos. The deal is this, guys, adoption in a big way is coming, and boy, is it coming fast. And we are watching it right now, right before our very eyes. Do you think that this digital asset space would get the press that it's getting if it wasn't having the impacts that it's having, especially in an election selection cycle? Not on your life. I don't buy it. I'll tell you what. It's because of what it is going to do and what they know that it is. And now they're all pumping it. All the massive naysayers that were, in fact, they're, I was wrong about, Bitcoin. I was wrong about digital assets and all this and that. The ETFs prove that right there. And the utilization of these digital assets by major institutional players, bang, guys, It is just crazy, and yet they want to fud it, and cause you and I to think, oh my goodness, it's way too risky. Risky? Are you kidding me? I think the dollar's riskier than any other asset on the face of the earth, especially the fact that it's being devalued as we speak. They're printing it. Out there buying the debt market like crazy. I mean, come on, Janet Yellen told us right there she was going to go out there and buy back treasury bonds. Where on earth are they coming up with the cash to do that? I mean, we know they're coming out of it from the Federal Reserve, just printing it like insane, right? That's the deal. And you got all these central banks around the world, Bank of Canada, European Central Bank, blah, blah, blah. The Federal Reserve themselves today is going to be talking about, my guess is they're going to keep it paused like a lot of people think. But who knows? Maybe they might turn around and drop the rate. Canada just did for the second time. And guys, they're dropping these interest rates saying, oh, we've just kind of settled it out. Come on. Inflation has just, real world inflation, as you and I know it, hasn't been diminished one iota, not one. And yet they want us to believe somehow that the economy's turning around. Well, guys, it's crazy. Now, I think they're setting us up for another pandemic down the road here where, with all this whole, they coming out with the emergency approval of the whole bird flu deal and all that. And I suspect, guys, watch and see if this does not happen, if they throw us into something like that, that they don't send these markets like crazy. And why would they do it? It's a consolidation of power. A consolidation of power, because you are going to see them just gobble up, pull it all in, gobble it all up, these major players. It is a wealth transfer, guys, in their favor. Now, this digital asset space, I was listening to Raoul Pal the other night, and I have to agree with him that this digital asset space has probably represented one of the very first massive financial global moves where retail had been able to front run the institutions. Now, the institutions are behind it for sure, but what happened is they couldn't get out there and they couldn't catch it fast enough, and retail started to get in there and adopt it. And boy, I'll tell you what, have they ever moved big time. Now the volume that you're seeing on these markets day by day, that's not retail, guys. Retail cannot move the price of these assets that way into the billions upon billions, hundreds of billions of dollars, in daily volume. Nope, it is institutions. But guys, they're going at it through the back door until they get everything all ready, and then pow, they're going to let the horses fly, I'll tell you what. Right out of the proverbial gate. Now, last night we were reporting something else that I think is truly wild. Brazil comes out and they make a contractual deal with Ripple. And I don't know why they posted this, because I'm sure they were under NDAs as they were discussing it. But Brazil is going to utilize the XRP ledger, guys. Ripple's going to be working with them to tokenize what? Their treasury bonds. Did you hear that? Tokenizing their debt. I'm telling you guys, that debt market is the beating heart of all markets. And when we start seeing the tokenization of debt on the XRP ledger and things like it, you can write the check right there. I'm telling you, that is telltale. It is a big time deal. And a lot of people, oh, that's just Brazil. That's just Brazil? Are you kidding me? Look, you go look at Brazil's GDP and on and on and their treasury bonds and things like that. And don't think that that won't affect us up here in the good old US of A. Because, guys, it's coming. It is coming. They are going to be tokenizing all of it. And we're talking all the money. And the deal is this: when it all goes down, when it all gets solidified, and my guess is between 2025 and 2030, it's all going to be ironed out. That is a very short time, guys. And do you think that there's not going to be a transition of wealth like what the world has ever seen? I absolutely do believe that that's going to happen. And I think this distributed ledger technology is going to be the spearhead of it. And guys, it's going to change the fortunes of many. I genuinely believe that. That is my 100% opinion there. And I would say, guys, if you have any sense at all, you at least owe it to yourself to get out there and investigate it. Peel back the onion. Watch and see what's going on in the wide world and how it is going to change, because it's that change. Riding on the coattails of that change is what's going to make the fortunes of absolutely just amazing amounts. I genuinely believe that. Wow. But as usual, most folks are going to completely miss it. Completely miss it. Why? Because their head is stuck in the tube over there and they're watching all of this, political theater over here, keeping them distracted to what's really going on in the wide world. Primarily, that's why it has happened every single time something major and new has come on the scene. Oh, they've downplayed it until they were ready, and then bam, they sent it. And that's exactly what's happened when it came out with the internet, when the home computer, all that kind of stuff. We've seen some major innovations technologically in the wide world. This social media right here, what a major boom there. Majority of people missed it, just missed it. And guys, that's what I suspect. If you're in this space and you're even watching this, I bet this video gets maybe 5,000-6,000 views globally. Think of that. And I'll tell you what, that's a small margin of people that are literally cluing in, isn't it? Thank God for the blessing of knowing about where this space. That's what I would say. I do. I'll tell you what, Judy and I do for sure. Well, guys, I'll tell you, I sure hope you're having an amazing Wednesday. Guys, get out there, just enjoy it. Watch what happens. Hey, we might see some dips back down. Don't let that shake you out, I'll tell you. When I see the dips, it's for buying and not for crying. At least that's how Julie and I approach it. I'll tell you what. And get out there and, make up your own mind, obviously. That's for sure. When you're listening to me on this, copy chat, you're getting my 100% biased opinion. That's for sure. It is opinion, guys, but I'll tell you what, boy, oh boy, am I ever excited to tell you and share what's going on, because I think it's going to have a big impact on all of us really, really soon. Don't miss it, guys. Anyhow, until later on, have a fabulous one and take care.